Top 10 most deadly train accidents in the world. What went wrong? Trains are a symbol of progress, linking cities, crossing mountains, carrying millions every day. But sometimes things go horribly wrong. Mechanical failures, human errors, natural disasters. When disaster strikes, the results can be catastrophic. These are the 10 deadliest train accidents in the world, what caused them, where they happened, and how many lives they claimed. Let's begin. At number 10, Gaki train crash. Pakistan year, 2005 deaths, 130 plus. It was just after 4 a.m. in Gaki, Sindh, when one passenger train rammed into another that had stopped unexpectedly due to a brake failure. Moments later, a third train collided into the wreckage. What caused it? Confused signaling and outdated systems. Over 130 lives were lost, and hundreds more were injured. A brutal reminder of how one small miscommunication can cost so many lives. At 9, Tsunami Train. Sri Lanka year, 2004 deaths, 700 plus. Known as the Queen of the Sea, this train was packed with over 1,500 passengers traveling along Sri Lanka's beautiful coast. But that morning, the Indian Ocean earthquake triggered a tsunami that hit the train head-on. The water lifted the train off the tracks and crushed the carriages. Entire families were lost. With over 1,700 deaths, it's the deadliest train disaster caused by a natural disaster. At 8, Guadalajara train disaster. Mexico year, 1915 deaths, 600 plus. During the Mexican Revolution, a military train overloaded with women and children, families of soldiers, was rushing down a steep hill. The brakes failed. The entire train derailed, tumbling into a ravine. More than 600 died. It wasn't just a technical failure. It was poor planning, desperation, and tragedy combined. At 7, a wash train disaster. Ethiopia year, 1985 deaths, for 28 plus. A passenger train approached a curved bridge over the Awash River. Too fast. The train couldn't hold the turn. Four carriages flew off the bridge into the ravine. 428 people died that day. Most were locals heading to Addis Ababa. Speed limits and safety checks were ignored, and the cost was deadly. Number 6. Balano train disaster. Italy year, 1944 deaths, 500 plus. World War II meant coal was scarce, so Italian trains started burning low-grade fuel. One such train stalled inside the army tunnel near Balano, with hundreds of civilians on board. What they didn't know, the smoke was poisoning them. By the time rescuers arrived, over 500 had died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Not from fire, just toxic, invisible smoke. And number 5, Alat train fire. Egypt year, 2002 deaths, 383. It was nighttime. The train was filled with families returning home after Eid holidays. Somewhere near Alat, a fire started in the rear car, likely due to a cooking gas canister. The flames spread quickly through the overcrowded carriages. The train didn't stop for several minutes. 383 people died, many burned alive. It was one of Egypt's worst disasters. At number 4, Bihar train disaster. India year, 1981 deaths, 500 to 800 estimated. A passenger train was crossing a bridge over the Bagmati River during a monsoon downpour. Suddenly, the train derailed and plunged into the river. Rescue efforts were slow, and many bodies were never recovered. Estimates say up to 800 may have died. The cause? Possibly brake failure or strong winds. To this day, it remains unclear. Number 3. Syria train explosion. Romania year, 1917 deaths, 800 to 1,000. In World War I, a train overloaded with refugees and soldiers derailed near Syria station. It carried munitions, and when it crashed, it exploded. The fire spread fast, killing most of the people on board. Between 800 and 1,000 died. A horrifying mix of war, fear, and fatal oversight. At 2, Saint Michel de Maurienne disaster. France year, 1917 deaths, 700 plus. Another forgotten tragedy from World War I. A French military train was descending from the Alps, overloaded with soldiers returning home. The train's brakes gave out. It sped down the mountain, jumped the tracks, and was torn apart. Many of the wooden cars caught fire. Over 700 died. Most were never identified. At number 1, Odisha train crash. India year, 2023 deaths, 296 plus. This was recent and absolutely devastating. In June 2023, 3 trains collided in Odisha's Balasore district. A signaling error caused a passenger train to switch tracks and crash into a stationary freight train. A third train then hit the wreckage. 296 people lost their lives, and over 1,000 were injured. It was one of India's worst rail disasters in recent memory, and entirely avoidable. Train accidents are rare, but when they happen, the consequences are massive. These 10 disasters weren't just about machines. They were about lives lost to human error, bad luck, and sometimes sheer neglect. If stories like this move you, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful real-world stories.